Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another top 10 video for The Simpsons Step Up. Now, just a quick update, I guess, at the start. Now, I know Christmas is coming to an end. I don't think there's many days left anyway. The update, that is. Now, I'm going to be doing to kind of send the update off, and actually, I really like this update, so I think it's only right to send it off with a nice salute. We're going to be doing top 10 best Christmas buildings ever, and then top 10 best Christmas characters ever, and then we'll do top 10 worst Christmas buildings ever, and top 10 worst Christmas characters. If I can get top 10 bad, it might be top 5 worst or top 5. Top 5. It won't be. It'll definitely be top 10 best. I don't know about top 5. It might be top 5 worst though, because I don't know if I can quite get 10, especially with characters. I could probably get buildings, but characters may be a bit difficult. So, through and no further. What's the word? Rambling. Let's get into it. So, number 10, I've put the exotic petting zoo. Now, this building was this year. It's a new building. The reason I like this building so much is it's so unusual. I don't know, there's something about it I just really, really like. It's a bit weird. Obviously, you kind of add accessories to it as well, which I thought was pretty cool, to be honest with you. I know it's not like... It is a premium... Is it a premium building? At least the things were premium anyway. I'm pretty sure this was... Oh, I didn't even know. It's bad of me. But in terms of looks, in terms of style, I think it's a really cool Christmas building overall. By the way, guys, I'm not really going to talk about the donuts thing because it's a Christmas update. There's not many things. I might use that to the advantage. But the Uncle Mo's petting zoo, it's a funny take on the whole Uncle Mo, redoing when he redid the bar kind of thing. Plus, you can upgrade it, so it can. It was an upgrading build. Oh no, of course it was free. Yeah, it was a free building, and you can upgrade it, so it looks nicer. And I just thought it was a really cool building, to be honest with you. Moving on, we have Santa's Village. Now, this is a classic. This was in the 2012 Christmas update. This was here. This was the only premium item there. And to be honest with you, it's gone down a little bit in price in donuts, which I think is pretty cool. Also, it's just a classic, and honestly, it was the first sort of Christmas building that was actually strictly just a Christmas building. But in the 2012 Christmas update, the only other things that were really in terms of buildings that were added were Barney's Bowl-O-Rama and the Try and Save. So the buildings that could be not at Christmas. So it was kind of the first one, and honestly, I there's something about it I just like. Number 8. Claus Clo. I picked Claus Clo. Now, I know it's a big clunky building, but it was the first free building you get at the start of the update. It is kind of a harder one to fit in your town, but I think if you put it to the edge of the town, it fits in quite nice, and you can decorate it quite nice with the Christmas decorations. Of course, before I destroyed my town because it got overfilled, my decoration for it was really cool, and I'm a bit upset that I had to destroy it. But there's something about it I just like. It maybe because it was free, but it was also because although it is clunky, I just like it. Number 7 is actually another building from this year. This is the North Pole Station. This is for the monorail. I know a lot of people don't like the monorail. I wasn't completely happy with it. I did think it was a bit bad, but I didn't think it was terrible. It could have been better, but I liked it as a whole. And to be honest with you, the North Pole Station I think it's pretty cool looking. It was a pretty nice addition to our monorail, and of course it's from an episode where it's a train. It's meant to actually be a train station, and they reinvented it into the monorail station. Some people won't be happy with that, but I could say I'm happy with that because there's no trains at the minute. It'd be nice to have a train track, but I think it would just get overcrowded with the monorail as well. So it's okay that they reinvented it. So the next thing we have on my list, and this was a bit of a weird one. I don't know what. I know why. Some people might wonder why, because it is such a kind of an ugly building. It's actually the Springfield skating rink. Now I put this on my list. It's just cool. I don't know why. It is the only problem I have is the only problem I have with it even. Oh my god, is it's a bit what's the word? It's a bit clunky. It's a bit big. But overall, I do kind of like it. I don't know. It's kind of like that essential thing. The whole snow. You have ice. It was a premium building, but it was quite a cheap premium building. And to be honest with you, I think it's pretty cool looking, I guess. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can't really explain it. I just love it in my town. I don't know why. It's just something I like to put. There's one building in my town I really like. And that's a bad explanation, and I'm sorry. Moving on. Number 5, I've put the Slide Factory. Now, the reason I put the Slide Factory is, again, it just looks cool. The Slide Factory is, again, this year building. It was only available this year. It just looks cool as hell. I know it's donuts, but you can't get over it. It's just such a wacky building. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. It was actually in an episode, and actually it's quite a memorable building, to be honest with you. I remember when I used to watch, I used to do my Simpsons ideas, and a lot of people used to comment, "Oh, what about the Slide Factory? Shouldn't they add the Slide Factory?" And I agree, they probably should have, and now it's been added, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool looking. I'm just looking at it now in my town. I like it. It's colourful. Then number 4 is actually the Maple store. Now, I'm pretty sure this is actually available in like just the regular game, but it was originally a Christmas building, so I'm counting it. This was in the 2012 Christmas. Was literally my very first update, or my very first event even. And to be honest, I think it was actually the very first, non-story based building I had in my town. It was one, obviously you saved up the Christmas coins in the 2012 update, and you bought it with, you had a selection of buildings and decorations of your choice, and I saved up for the Maple store, and it was the first one I got, and I was happy as hell when I got it. It was so cool. It is still so cool to this day, and I just think it's a cool little parody on Apple, and I love it. So yeah, number 3 is I've put the Play-Doh Factory. Now, the reason I have put the Play-Doh Factory, first of all, it's free. Second of all, the mini game. I think the mini game is fun. It's a really cool little addition. It's not the best. I know it's not. But the idea of it is pretty cool, that you can actually earn a donut every time you find Maggie 3 times. Or is it? I don't even know how many donuts you earn. I haven't actually done it 3 times yet. At least one. Even if it is one, that's still pretty good. You can basically get a donut a day, earn a donut a day, and it's not exactly hard. My town is massive, and I've got buildings that are literally just next to each other, and I can find it pretty easy in the time limit. So as long as you got your volume, and you can hear her sucking her dummy, and you can find her. And I think it's a really cool building. I like it. Number 2 is actually Costingtons. Now, the reason I have Costingtons is funny. I put this on my idea. I put this on my old channel ideas. I had a channel ages ago. I put it on my channel ideas, and I said it should come with Mr. Costington, and someone else had commented on me, "Oh, it's going to come with the Yes Guy," and I was like, "No, it's not. It's going to come with Mr. Costington. It makes more sense." And it did come with Mr. Costington, so I proved that person wrong. That's not the reason though. To be honest with you, the honest reason that I like it is it just looks like a normal building. It's a very simple. It's meant to be a fancy shop, and to be quite honest with you, fancy shops aren't like they wouldn't have all like kind of light in the real world. I'm saying, I know this is a cartoon, but some of the other buildings, like for example, like the Springfield Heights building, which I honestly absolutely hate the Springfield Heights buildings. They got like friggin' like helicopter pads and pools on them. The Costingtons is a nice, realistic, fancy shop, and it is a bit big, which is again the one issue with it. But I'm not bothered. I couldn't. I like it. I'm gonna. It's too good. It's too good. And when I first got it in, I think it was 2013. When I got it in 2013, I was really happy with it. I mean, the size wasn't the best, but I was really chuffed to have it in my town. I know that's kind of a bad excuse to put it as the number 2 spot, but deal with it. And now we come to the number 1 spot. So can we have that epic drum roll? I've put the Happy Little Elf ride. Why? Why have I put the Happy Little Elf rides? Because it's a mess that up. It's a Krusty Land building. I love it. I like the idea of adding Krusty Land buildings. I wish they would do it every major event. They would add something to Springfield Heights, even if it didn't relate to Christmas. This, to be honest, Happy Little Elf, they were doing the whole Happy Little Elf thing, so it kind of relates to Christmas. So it was an easy building to add, but they haven't added Krusty Land building in ages, and it's just like no one really cares about it anymore. It's just kind of there, and it just sits there. And honestly, I haven't visited in ages just because for the sole purpose. The only time I visit is when there's a random task there, and sometimes they add like tasks like is it Gina? I think that's the name. I don't know, that prison girl. They added just like a random task there. That's not enough. I want buildings. I want decorations. They do add the odd decoration, but I want buildings. I want characters. You know, not characters that only go there, but characters that start off there, like Princess Penelope, for example. So yeah, Happy Little Elves ride, brilliant. I was so happy to have it in my thing, and I remember I instantly, because I had loads of Krusty Land tickets from just saving up. This was when I literally did the game 110% legit, and I remember I bought little fences, I decorated it, I made it all looked really cool, and overall, to be honest with you, looking through all the Christmas buildings, this was my favourite. So going to be doing top 10 Christmas characters. That's going to be characters that strictly were that were available at Christmas, or they were originally added at Christmas and they later on came in the game. If there is any, I don't particularly think there is. I'm going to be probably doing this every odd update, every odd event that comes. I'll try and do this kind of top 10 thing. Decorations is a bit harder. There's so many decorations. It would be too hard to pick. And a lot of things. The problem with decorations is you have like some buildings which actually are decorations, and then you have like other little tiny things that you can't. It's hard to decide with decorations. So I'm gonna stay clear decorations for now. But I hope you like this. I know it was a bit long. I know I rambled a bit, but whatever. Deal with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like, and as always, please comment your top 10. And yeah, that's it. Bye.